Welcome to the Jeff Crilley Show. I am your host, Jeff Crilley, and I'm thrilled to have Ashton Stauffer in studio. She is the owner of Jambo's Barbecue Shack. Thanks for being on the show.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm excited to be here.
Well, I'm excited because in Texas, barbecue is just, it's such a tradition, and it's so competitive. So how do you stand out in such a competitive market?
Well, it's easy. Just being me, because this is a male-dominated field. So to be a young female in a male-dominated field is a big deal. But I've got a couple of signature dishes that have been shown off on Travel Channel Food Paradise. I've got the huge stack sandwich called the Jambo Texan, which has 6 meats on it between Texas toast.
All right, we might have to show a little bit of that. Let's pull up your website, and you'll be able to see it on the screen here. Is that it?
That's it.
Now, what's that called?
That's the Jambo Texan.
The Jambo Texan. And what are some of the other things we're looking at here?
So from left to right, you're looking at the Jambo Texan, the hot mess, which is really incredible because it was customer created.
Yep.
And other customers loved it so much we had to add it to the menu. That's the Jambo. And then the one on the very far right was the Sadie baked potato, which is our fully loaded baked potato.
Wow, my mouth is watering.
Yeah.
I should have had you bring food.
I'm sorry, you wouldn't have been able to talk.
That's true. So one of my favorite things about you is that you're very active on social media and you talk to your fans. And so we're going to roll a clip of you talking to your fans on Facebook about a new dish.
Okay. I have good connection in here because April and I are working on a possible signature breakfast item. Watch out for the hot door. And we are going to take it out of the smoker. It's not quite ready yet, but it's the beginnings of what will be known as the hot and nasty fatty breakfast sandwich. So let's take a look. Is it ready?
Not quite.
This is not quite ready. This will be the weaved bacon beginnings of what will be sliced up into a hot and nasty fatty. I'll let you get a good idea. So we are talking an English muffin with this monster of a roll that's sliced into patties with a poached egg on top that will spill perfectly when you cut into it, and hollandaise sauce. So whenever we are reopened again for breakfast, you will get to see the hot and nasty fatty.
Wow. I love it. I love it that it feels like people get to know you through your social channels.
I am so glad that you picked that one because it's actually something new that we added to the menu, which is the hot and nasty fatty breakfast sandwich. And so we just released breakfast. It's going to be Tuesday through Saturday from 7 a.m. to 11 a.m. It's going on right now. I believe Bud Kennedy from the Star Telegram is about to write about it soon.
Wow.
Yeah.
Congratulations. And speaking of media, you've gotten a ton of press. Go through some of the national shows you've been on.
Travel Channel Food Paradise, that was a lot of fun. We got about 50 seconds to a full minute about our full Jambo Texan, because it was the stacked episode. And then we've been shown off on Texas Monthly Magazine, Dallas Observer, so forth. Sports Illustrated. That was fun.
I'm so impressed with you. And you and I actually just met. We met on Saturday at an event, and there's something about your aura and your attitude. Something tells me you're just fierce.
Thank you.
And that makes a difference, like you described, in kind of a man's business.
Yes, you got to be ready to scrap.
And you told me one of your secret sauces is prayer.
It is.
Will you explain that?
Well, in the last, I've always had a relationship with God, but I've gotten really serious about involving it as putting Christ at the cornerstone of my business. And about the last 4 weeks, there were some things that were happening, and I just said, you know what, Christ, I'm just going to lift this business up to you. Just cover this building in Holy Spirit. Cover my employees, that they would enjoy their work. Cover our customers so that they would come in and enjoy their interactions. And sales had been going down right up until that point. And I kid you not, I prayed over the building. I wasn't even in the state. I was out of state on a sporadic getaway to gather my thoughts. And I said those prayers, and that very day we saw business go up 50%. The following day we saw it go up 80%. And it started doubling and doubling and doubling. And now we're 4 weeks away from when that began. And I looked on my Square dashboard and it said we were up 8,000% from that time before. And then I also decided, you know what, we are going to take off Sundays and Mondays for our employees, for the business, to put God first. And I believe personally that the Sabbath is on Saturday, but I don't think it matters. I think what matters is that provision of rest is made for us. And so taking off Sunday, and I wrote a very personal letter to my customers as to why. And I didn't know how they were going to take it, and they loved it. And they've come in and they've prayed with me. They've come in and hugged me and said what an amazing thing that is to re-involve God in business and to be open and honest about that. I have loved the journey that this has taken me on.
Wow. And your eyes just shine when you talk about the Lord. That's so wonderful. Well, we've got a little video here that we're going to roll, and I want you to kind of describe what goes into great barbecue, because some people think you could just buy good meat and throw it on the grill, but it's really it's a whole process. Yeah.
Yes,
let's go ahead and roll that video. So what is the secret sauce? What do you have to do to get it that tender?
You have to slow smoke meat. What really matters is that you slow smoke on a good smoker. And so we use Arlington grown pecan wood. We love that it's Arlington grown. And we slow smoke our brisket between 14 and 16 hours each day. And it comes off fresh. We've had some hilarious customers pretend there's some liquid smoke. I have a huge old hickory that we had to build a building around in Pantego. And so we slow smoke our brisket, and you can see the gorgeous smoke rings on the brisket. And we use salt, pepper, and garlic. Our rubs are very simple. If you slow smoke to perfection, you're going to get perfection.
And you're there most days. I mean, when customers come in, are you kind of the director of first impressions? Do they get to meet you?
I try to be. I've got 4 kids under 7. So I try to be there lunch and dinner to get to really see my customers. We've had so many new people come into the business that I get to say, have you ever been here before? Well, I'm Ashton, I'm the owner. And they're so shocked to hear that I'm a young woman as the owner and that I'm behind the register greeting them when they come through the door. So I love doing that.
Wow. Okay, so give us the address, and we're going to put up your website one more time. It's in Pantego.
It's in Pantego, which is a little town inside of Arlington. And so it's 2503 West Pioneer Parkway, Pantego, Texas. And it's www.jambosbarbecueshack.com.
That's awesome. Well, thank you so much for coming in and sharing your secret sauce and the power of prayer with our viewers.
Thank you so much for having me, Jeff.
Absolutely. Well, that's it for now. We'll see you next time.